Welcome to the Gaming Tech channel. We've got an interesting project for today. Right behind me is my dad's old PC. He reached out to me and he was like, hey, my cooler is making some weird noise. Can you take a look at it? So instead of just fixing his cooler, I'm gonna give him a brand new PC. He doesn't know that. So I'm gonna show you what I've got. This right here is my dad's old PC that I've taken apart. So it's an HP pre-built PC, which came with an Intel 8th generation i7-8700. And it came with a really shitty cooler, which I replaced with this AIO. But now this cooler has started to give us some weird noise. So instead of just replacing the cooler and, staying with this old case, we're gonna ditch all of this hardware except this CPU and the GPU. So we're gonna put this i7-8700 into this brand new ASUS motherboard that supports 8th and 9th generation processors. This is the ASUS Prime Z370-P 2. We're gonna throw all the hardware in this DEEPCOOL CC560 white mid-tower case. And we're not gonna use his SSD anymore. We're gonna give him an upgrade. We'll upgrade him to an NVMe drive and an air cooler, which is more reliable, and a bigger power supply. So stay tuned for this build. Now I'm gonna take the processor out and put in the new motherboard, and we'll install the RAM, NVMe drive, and the cooler. So the reason we have two different RAM sticks is because my dad's old pre-built only came with one stick of DDR4 16 gigs, and he upgraded to another 16 gig DDR4 to make it 32, so that's why we have two different sticks. Before you install the NVMe drive, don't forget to install the standoff. Carefully insert in the slot until you hear it click. There we go. And now you can just put the screw on and finish the job. There we go. It's secured in. Now we've got the NVMe drive and the RAM installed. We just have to drop the CPU in and install the cooler, and then this motherboard is ready to go in the new case. Before I take the CPU off of the old motherboard, I'm gonna wipe it. After cleaning the thermal paste, we can finally see that it's an i7-8700, not a K processor, but it's still a 6-core 12-thread great heavy-duty processor. This is the cooler that we're going to use to cool the i7-8700. And it appears that it comes with thermal paste pre-installed in a very interesting pattern. I've never seen this before. These are the brackets that it comes with. We're gonna need the 1155 because that's the socket that we got. Very fancy looking bracket. And a couple other brackets. And some little screws. This cooler is ready to go on the motherboard, so let's go ahead and install it. Now this motherboard is completely ready to go inside this new home, which is this case right here, paired with this power supply. And we'll be throwing the old GPU back in there, which is the RX 570, 4 Gigabyte. This case is absolutely gorgeous. I think my dad's gonna love it. And why wouldn't he? This thing is ugly. What I like to do in every build is install the power supply first, so we'll go ahead and do that. This is a Gigabyte P65G, which is a 80 plus gold rated power supply. Do not forget to install your I/O shield. This is not going to be fun if you're already done building your PC and you forget to install it. I am going to transfer my dad's old backup drive into this new computer, and to do that you're going to have to take the hard drive mount out Usually this mount is secured with 2 screws like this from underneath the computer. So you can see right here, these screws go in these 2 holes, and that's what holds the mount to the PC's chassis. So just unscrew those 2 screws and pull this out. There we go. It's not lifting off. Try lifting it off. And if it lifts off, that means you didn't get it onto its track. And I'm not able to lift it up from the top or this side. So now I'm gonna flip the PC upside down and screw the hard drive mount in. So before I drop the motherboard in, I know I have to take these 2 slots out for the PCIe for my graphics card. So make sure you remove the right ones, because you know, like this case, you can't actually put them back on. On some cases you can do that. So just do that before you put your motherboard in, because it's a lot easier to do it before. Just like that, I've got into its right position, and now I can screw it down. And just like that, I'm gonna finish off the rest of the screws. 80% of this build is already complete. All we have to do is now plug in the GPU and run our wiring and install Windows, of course. You know, it's not a long ways from now. So I went ahead and hooked up all the power cables. Everything is installed. As you can see, all we gotta do is plug the GPU in, give it its power, and we are ready for its first boot up. This is what the cable management looks like. That's because I haven't done it. This is what the PC looks like after I've completed the cable management. And now we're ready to install the GPU back in. Make sure this tab is pushed down. Here we go, it's all lined up in the slot. Now I'm just gonna press it down lightly and we will hear it click. There we go. Don't forget to install the power connector for your graphics card. There we go, that's done. And now this PC is ready for its first boot up. I am ready to turn this PC on for the first time. A little nervous like always, but I hope it turns out good. This PC actually looks really nice. Turned out really good. So let's go ahead and boot it up for the first time. Looks like we got some lights on the board. That's a good sign. TV's already turned on and it's plugged in. And here's the moment of the truth. That was a little scary. Whoa. I don't know what it's doing. I hope it turns on. Whoa, that's a good sign. Okay, I can breathe now. I was holding my breath in. The PC has turned on. It has recognized our new CPU. That's perfect. Can't ask for anything better. So I have daisy chained these 3 fans together to this one header, and the fans are blinking, and I'll show you a simple fix how you can avoid that. You just have to go in your BIOS and then go to Q fan control and then go to chassis fan and switch that to PWM from DC. And do that for the chassis fan too as well. And that's all you have to do, and your fans will not flicker anymore. So here we go. No more flickering. Windows is almost installed, and since this PC doesn't have Wi-Fi or Bluetooth on the motherboard, I'm gonna give my dad one of these Bluetooth and Wi-Fi adapters. I think he'll like it. If you like this video, please subscribe and hit the like button. Thank you for watching.